As a lot of you guys know, I've been into this thing recently called pineapple maxing. Now, basically, pineapple maxing is consuming at least 20 pounds of pineapple every week to maintain my appearance. It's very similar to looksmaxxing, but it's with pineapple. So I thought, today, why not delve into other forms of fruit maxing? Things like watermelon maxing, blueberry maxing. And so I thought, let's make a tier list for it. So let's get started. All right, and now we're all set. So as you can see, I've developed and I've made a tier list for us to use today. We have multiple categories. We have pineapple, which is cream of the crop. You just can't beat it. And of course, throughout this video, I'm going to be eating my pineapple. So always got to stay on top of pineapple maxing. We have Chad, which is like really, really good. Just not pineapple, but it's the second best thing. We have Chad Light, which is close to Chad. We have HTN, which is like, okay, you're above average. You're decently above average. You're gonna live a good life maxing this way with this type of fruit, but there's always room for improvement. MTN is about mid tier. Could be better, but all right. LTN is low tier. It's not too great. Yeah, it's just like you're just not good. Like you're just gonna live a bad life. No one's gonna want to put you in their mouth. No one's really gonna want to eat you. And of course, sub 5. Sub 5 is you're just way below average and you struggle in every aspect in life. You're asymmetrical, resist maxilla, lower upper eyelid, bad upper eyelid exposure, bad facial thirds, just all around, just sub 5. Sub 5 is below 50%. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first one that we're going to rank. Why is this? You know where this one's going. Pineapple, we'll put right up there at the top in the pineapple category. All right, moving on. Watermelon. Now, watermelon is very interesting because growing up, watermelon used to be my favorite fruit, but as time has gone on, pineapple has overtaken watermelon just because of the potential that pineapple has. Like, you don't understand how much pineapple maxing has improved my life because 20 pounds of it a week changes everything. But watermelon comes in a very close second place. It's great if you're trying to lose weight. The symmetry on watermelon is pretty good. The only thing that's holding it back is depending if it's sideways or vertical. There could be asymmetry when it comes to that. It's either has a rat or a frog face, but for the most part, it's pretty good. So we're gonna put it in Chad. Watermelon is a great second alternative if you don't have pineapple in your area. I would definitely recommend watermelon. Okay, now the third thing we're gonna go over are blueberries. Now blueberries are so healthy for you. They're fantastic. They are great. I love blueberries. However, blueberries tend to go bad easily. And it's almost, think of it as someone using makeup, right? With makeup, it's something you put on and it only lasts for a little bit before it goes away. That's kind of how I feel blueberries, where I feel like they go bad pretty quickly. Whenever I buy them, they're only good. And like if one gets kind of moldy or bad, they all get moldy or bad. So that's the only bad thing. But health benefits, they're insane. They're great antioxidants. They're great for your body and health, especially lowering blood pressure. They're fantastic. So you know what? I'm going to give them a Chad Light. The only thing that's holding them back is some of them could get bitter, and I feel like they expire pretty quickly. All right, moving on. Bananas. Listen, no Diddy, not trying to get sus, but I love bananas. I will put those in my mouth all day, but you'll never catch me doing it on camera or in public. I think potassium maxing is a great thing. So I think bananas are obviously they're a perfect source for it. The only reason why they're not being put in Chad is because of because they're associated with sus things that I cannot say on camera. So because of that, they're going one tier below blueberries, but bananas are fantastic. They're a great source of potassium, and I highly recommend banana maxing, just not in that way. Okay, next we have oranges. Okay, oranges, I've always been like, they're all right. Lately, they've been growing on me massively. Oranges are sick. Like they have definitely grown on me like a lot. I think that the symmetry on them is great. The size on them is great. They can last a while before they go bad. The upper eyelid exposure on oranges are really good. Like whenever you peel apart the orange, you can easily peel the skin off and then boom, you have the orange. So that's what I mean by upper eyelid exposure. It has pretty good facial thirds. It's not too leafy. It's well kept, well groomed. So yeah, we're gonna put oranges in Chad. I think oranges are sick. Okay, moving on. We have grapes. Now I separated the grapes because we have the green grapes and we have the red grapes. Now, when I was younger, I used to love green grapes, and I was scared of the red grapes because one time I ate the red grapes and they had seeds in them. And we don't like seed oils because seed oils calcify your pineal gland, and all that's going to do is just deconstructionize your life and your daily well being. So, but I realized you can get them seedless. So growing up, I loved green grapes. However, now that I've got older, I feel like red grapes are just they're more reliable and they're more consistent. Whereas green grapes are only really good during certain seasons. Red grapes are good all year round. So, but eating a lot of grapes, like if I eat 5 pounds of grapes, it's gonna upset my stomach. They're very good. I think they're great. However, they're going in high tier. I think red grapes are good, but they're gonna stay in high tier. Now, green grapes, however, are gonna be in mid tier, just because these are kind of a seasonal fruit. So whereas the red ones, they're always reliable, they're always sweet and juicy. You know, they just give you that looksmaxxy feel that you need. All right, next we have peaches. Peaches, I'm not gonna lie, peaches are pretty bad. When it comes to Fruitmaxxing, I think peaches are honestly like, why would anyone peach max to begin with? Like, just think about it. Think about the connotation with peaches as well. Like, all you're doing, especially if you're a female, it's a little bit different. But like as a guy, that means that you're just estrogen maxing. Like, you're not trying to get any testosterone. You're just estrogen maxing. Like, it just doesn't make any sense from my perspective. I have no need for it. I'm not a huge fan of them. I mean, I will say they're very similar to oranges, where their facial harmony is very good. I just want to. I'm honestly going to put them at low tier. I'm not going to put them at sub 5 though. Sub 5 are saved for fruits that I cannot stand. But we'll put them on a low tier. Like if it's there and there's no other fruits, sure, I'll probably nibble on it a little bit, but by no means am I going to fruit max with this specific fruit. Next we have strawberries. I think strawberries are great. However, I think the more tropical a fruit is, the more potential it has. So it's almost like if you're, depending on the country that you're born in, can kind of influence the opportunities that you have compared to other countries. Now, of course, you can succeed from any country. Don't get me wrong, but it's more so just that the outlet and the access that you have to things. It's like first world developed countries, third world developed countries. You know, basically that kind of dynamic. I think strawberries are great. I think they are reliable. Once again, good antioxidants, great for your body, great for your health. You know, they low-key mog. I'm not gonna lie. Strawberries have a chiseled jawline. Like, if you really think about it, they're pretty good. So where would I put them? I think I would put them at high tier, especially when I put sugar on them. It tastes great. The only reason why they're at high tier is because obviously you don't want to consume a lot of sugar. Like, that's something that my dad taught me, is just putting sugar on your strawberries, but like that's just not good. It's like, why would I do that? So yeah, so I'm gonna put them high tier. Strawberries are good, but we'll keep them at high tier. Okay, next we have mangoes. You know, I'm not gonna lie, pineapple just mogs them massively, and I don't mind a mango. Like, if I see a mango, I'll pick it out. But if there's pineapple next to it, the mango's been mogged. Like, mango is sub 5 to pineapple. Now, do I think it's sub 5 to all types of Fruitmaxxing? No, but I do think mango definitely is going to be pretty low. Pineapple just mogs it way too much. Like, I mean, there's not. What else can I say? Pineapple just overtakes it. Hold on. I want another. Okay, so yeah, pineapple just mogs mango. I'm not gonna lie. Next, we have coconut. Okay, coconut flavored things are insanely good. The way the coconuts look at me, I like coconuts. That's, you know, what can I say? You know, I think coconuts are a great fruit. Would I go so far to put them in Chad? It's in between Chad or Chad Light. I don't know. Because I like coconut flavored things, but to get a raw coconut, you got to work for it. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you should be working for stuff, because that's why, like, it's like lean maxing. And I think it's very good for that, for lean maxing. So I think it just depends on your goal. So you know what? I'm going to put coconut in Chad's here. I'm gonna put it in chat. It's not above oranges because oranges just have oranges are more well groomed, whereas coconut is kind of is hairy. But underneath that hair is a creamy surprise. And so that's a great thing. And so we're gonna put it in chat because of that. Okay, next is kiwi. I'm not gonna lie, I don't find any appeal to kiwis. They're hairy, but they don't even have a creamy inside like a coconut. They don't have a creamy white nice inside. You open it up and it's a slimy green slip and slide. That's not that's not what we're wanting when it comes to Fruitmaxxing. So, it's just, dude, it has an asymmetrical face. No facial harmony. It has a recessed maxilla. It's just not that good. If I'm being completely honest, it's just not good. So, like no people like flavored kiwi things, but if you like a kiwi like directly and you like eat it, I remember there was one kid in school, we would have kiwis at lunch, bro, and he would like lick the inside of the peel, and I didn't like it. So because of that, it's the first one to go in sub 5. But it won't be the last because the next thing is a pear. Pears are so stupid. I didn't even include apples on the list. I like apples, but pears are just apples mog pears. And so because of that, pears also going in sub 5. It's similar to mango, but we can tolerate mango. Like it's accepted. It's just pears are ass. No one's gonna want to eat a pear. So we're gonna put it there. All right, next we have raspberries, right? Yeah, raspberries. Raspberries are very similar to blueberries. They have the same capabilities. They're great antioxidants. They're berries. They're a great source of fiber. They're great for overall health. Are they better than blueberries? I think it's very close behind blueberries, but I think blueberries just mogs more. Just because they're more accessible and more people know about them. But it's the same thing with blueberries where they last about the same amount of time, where if let's say one of them is kind of moldy or bad, then it just ruins the whole bunch. So it's kind of, back in school, if one person's talking, ruins it for the whole class and they can't go outside for recess. So we'll probably put in Chad Light. Next we have raw honey. You know what? Raw honey is great. It's great. It's a great way to boost testosterone. I think it's fantastic for whenever you're sick and ill and you're wanting to feel better. It helps with allergies. It's good I take a shot of honey every morning. All I do is I grab my honey bottle and it's fantastic. I think it's great. So because of that, we're going to put it in pineapple tier. Now I know what you're thinking. Whoa, we're putting it with the pineapple? But yes, 100%, we're putting it with pineapple. I can elaborate on raw honey more, but I kind of get freaky whenever I talk about raw honey. Yeah, pineapple, raw honey, and coconut, they definitely get me going, especially when you mix the two in a smoothie bowl or an acai bowl. It's sick. Okay, grapefruit. Honestly, oranges mog it. Oranges just mog. I'm sorry, we're going to have to put it in mid tier. You know what? I'm going to put mango in mid tier. And then put grapefruit in low tier. Because at least mango is like, okay, cool, I'll get excited. If I see a grapefruit, who cares if there's a grapefruit there? Like, no one openly eats grapefruit like that. Same thing. It has a good texture. Some people think bigger is better, but that's just not the case with all fruits. Oranges may be smaller than grapefruits, but oranges are capable of so much more. Their motion is better. Their area of range. So grapefruit, sure, it takes up more space, but sometimes being silent and quiet speaks more than words. Lemons. Lemons are a very interesting one because I don't think I've tried it before. I've tried lemon maxing, just eating lemons raw. It's very difficult. So it's kind of a game that you have to kind of work up towards. But I think lemons are very good for you. They're great in lemonade. They could be a liquid, a solid, and I'm sure you can snort a lemon, so even a gas at that point. So if I'm being honest, I'm going to put it at high tier. I think it has a lot of health benefits and a lot of potential. I think lemons have the potential to be Chad and Chad Light. No, I don't think it'll ever... I don't think it'll genetically ever get up to pineapple, but I think it could potentially get to Chad or Chad Light. So we'll put it in high tier. Okay, what is... Oh, dragon fruit. Dragon D's. I think dragon fruit has potential. I just don't think it's there yet. I've only had dragon fruit a few handful of times, but I feel like it's too exotic to fruit max with it. So I don't know. Where should I put it? It's either going to be mid tier or high. I'm going to put it in mid tier, but I'm going to put it at the top of mid tier. It has a lot of potential. It's just not quite there. All right. Last but not least, very close to least though, are cherries. I'll put it above. You know what? I'll put it in the middle of these. Who wants a cherry? The only times people get cherries is if you get something from Sonic and they put it in there, which means that cherries are associated with fast food, which typically isn't really a good thing. So because of that, we're going to put it in low tier. But yeah, so that probably sums it up. To kind of, simplify things, we have pineapple, we have rahani in the pineapple tier, and watermelon, oranges, and coconut in Chad tier. So basically, those are my 5 favorite fruits. And those are what I primarily use to fruit max pretty often. And so hopefully that if I continue on my fruit maxing journey, it'll help me in my looks maxing journey. And then my looks maxing journey can help me in my life maxing. So yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. If you did enjoy. So yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like. You know what? Let me know what you think of where you would put your fruit maxing categories, because I think it's a very important thing that nobody goes over anymore is fruit maxing. It's so much better than eating candy. It's so much better than everything else. Every other looks maxing technique does not compare to fruit maxing. So yeah, so let me know in the comments where you guys would place these fruits. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And yeah, go check out all my other social medias. Y'all have a nice day. Take care and peace.